So how do you grow Micranthemum Monte Carlo in your aquascape? Well, I'm growing it here as a carpet. Now this is planted quite densely and it's been weeks and weeks and weeks of growth. So it's not always as easy as people think. It really takes time to establish itself here. I'm using CO2 in this aquarium, which really helps to boost the growth. We've got a good light, which helps, and I fertilise. Also, if you want this plant to thrive, you're going to need some high quality aquarium soil substrate here, as I've got 80A Amazonia. I find this is the best for growing all kinds of plants, and especially carpets, which can be a little bit harder to grow. So you've got to have a good foundation with the aqua soil so that the roots are able to adhere to the soil and then get all the nutrients from the soil, but also, as I said, liquid fertilizers will help this plant. But even then, you know, we've still got sections here where it hasn't filled in yet. So some people think that this is just a really fast grower and you'll have a carpet in, you know, a few weeks, and you can even grow it in a non-CO2 tank setup. Yes, you may be able to grow it in a non-CO2 setup, but it's going to take much longer than when you're using CO2. Also, we notice with this growth here, it's quite compact growth, and that's what we really want with the carpet. So the high light will keep the Monte Carlo low, otherwise it could start to grow a bit sort of leggy and thin. Even here with CO2, it shoots up towards the surface. And this Monte Carlo has not been trimmed at all yet. So for the weeks and weeks that it's been in here, I haven't had to trim it at all. Look closely, it does start to grow on top of each other to provide a thick carpet, but it's still going to be a long time before I have to worry about, you know, trimming a carpet that might grow to an inch or so in thickness. Using it as a carpet in the foreground of the aquarium here, because I've got space. You can grow it attached to rocks or wood or any other hardscape, but again, you're going to have to be patient with this one because it's going to take a long time for it to attach and really, you know, for instance, if I attached it to this rock, it'd take months before it covered the entirety of that surface of the rock there. Can be prone to algae in the early stages, which can be hard to remove because it can get in between all the leaves. That's why I've got an algae eater in here, and there's also a pleco to help with that. But it was planted in a sort of already set up aquascape, so I didn't really have too much trouble with algae on this one. I don't really think it's going to grow well in a low light setup. It'll just take too long to grow. So in my opinion, I really think it's suited a high light, CO2 fertilized aquarium, and that way you're just going to get the best results